All right, here we go. Mario,
What's up, brother?
welcome to Vlad TV.
Hey, pleasure to be here. This is one of the interviews I was like, yo, I can't wait till we get this one on the calendar.
Me too. You know,
Yeah.
we've done little things here and there, but this is our first real sit down interview, man. So
Absolutely.
I'm looking forward to it now.
Right.
Big fan for a very long time since Let Me Love You.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
That was your biggest hit
for
to
sure.
introduce you to the world.
It was it was the song that really solidified that, okay, this
Yeah.
guy might be around for a while.
Yeah, and he's
Yeah.
been around for a while.
Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate
So
it.
you grew up in Baltimore.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I've been to a lot of, hoods around the country,
Yeah.
but Baltimore was like the roughest place I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's different, man.
Yeah,
It's different.
like there were so many boarded up homes.
Yeah.
Like entire blocks. Like, you see the occasional bando here and there,
Yeah.
but this was like this block, everything boarded up. Next block.
Or it'll be
everything
this
boarded
block,
up.
everything boarded up, and one house in between, and people living there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, it's a real city, man. It's definitely changed a lot since I have moved from there. But, the aesthetic of the city hasn't changed. Is if you make it out of that city, that says a lot about your character. It says a lot about you. It says a lot about your strength. And, I have to say that growing up in Baltimore definitely prepared me for the wickedness of the world, but I've been able to find, light in the dark place, but like it definitely prepared me for the realness.
I can imagine. So you didn't know your biological father?
I met my biological father when I was really young, like maybe 5 or 6. He came in and out of my life here and there, but I didn't grow up with him. No, it was
Okay.
mostly my mother and my grandmother, rest both their souls, who raised me.
Okay.
And other family members here
And
and
what
there.
exactly happened with your father? How come he wasn't around?
My mom, they never married. I don't think that they had an actual real relationship like for a long period of time. I think that they were friends. She got pregnant, which is crazy because my older sister, who's only a few months older than me, her mom and my mom lived in the same building. So he kind of, he was doing his 1-2 step.
Okay.
And got both of them pregnant at the same time. But I think they had a good relationship. But my mom was a very strong-minded, independent woman. She was very, and she also, just to be honest, she was bisexual. So my mom
really?
also, she dated both men and women here and there. Like, so she had relationships with women sometimes. Like, it was just her thing. You know what I mean? So she did what she wanted to do.
Okay.
And my father was more of a traditional guy. He was married for like years. I met his wife later on in my life. So, I have 4 sisters and 1 brother on his side too. So, yeah. There's a lot going on over there.
So your mom would have actual girlfriends
Yeah.
that stayed with you and everything?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I saw a lot of that. Yeah.
Okay. How
I was exposed to a lot as a kid, man.
Yeah,
I
I
was
can imagine.
exposed to that. I was exposed, it was 18 of us living in one household at one point.
Yeah, that's what I read. 18 people.
Yeah.
In how big of a house?
This was in Edmondson Village. There was basically it was like 2 row houses on the end of the block, and it was like on the corner of Franklin and Normandy in Edmondson Village, and it was just all my family, my aunts, my uncles, my great grandmother, like just
All the kids.
all in one house, all the kids, everything going
So
down.
18 people. How many
Yeah.
bedrooms?
Shit, I can't remember. I was young. It's like maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 3, 4, maybe. The basement, you make that into a little bedroom.
So there's just people sleeping in the living room.
Yeah, it was a
doubled
family.
up, tripled up.
Yeah, yeah. It was
No
a family.
privacy whatsoever.
Why? No privacy needed. Like it was just a family. Honestly, like our family was like, it was the Leak family. So it was like the family where everybody came there to have a good time. You know what I'm saying? But at any given time, shit can pop off and it could be crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just because, my uncles, my cousins, they was all hustlers. They was all in the streets. They was all in the streets in the 90s, early 90s, mid 90s, getting it. You know what I'm saying?
Right, which is kind of
Yeah.
the post-crack era.
Yeah, yeah.
But you had the fallout, all the crack babies, all the broken families,
Exactly.
the broken communities. That's what the 90s, that was what the 80s created
Absolutely.
into the 90s.
It did.
Yeah.
And, just seeing all of that and, when you're a kid, it's the norm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is nothing out of the norm for you to see or hear gunshots or bullet coming through you. And I remember being a kid and think about it now and seeing my cousin running the house with a fucking Uzi in his hand and dude shooting through the window. The sun still came up the next day. You still out on the corner, playing and great grandmother coming out there telling you to get a switch because you're supposed to be in the house at a certain time. You go, like, it was just it was something we were used to.